House No. 46 in a small, remote, and cold state of the U.S. There stood a house numbered 46. For many years, it had been abandoned because no one dared to rent it. Locals whispered chilling rumors. Anyone who moved in would soon flee in terror, never to return. One day, the John family, John, his wife Mary, and their two young daughters, Emily and Sarah, decided to move in, lured by the low rent. By day, the house seemed calm, sunlight cutting through dusty windows, even carrying a nostalgic charm. But when night fell, the peace vanished. Strange noises began to echo, heavy footsteps dragging down the hallway, faint knocking from beneath the floorboards, and at times, sound of sobbing carried by the cold wind seeping through the cracks. Supernatural occurrences became more obvious. Emily and Sarah often woke up crying in the middle of the night, sometimes even sleepwalking. One night, Mary awoke in terror to find Emily standing motionless in the living room, her eyes hollow, whispering incomprehensible words. Stranger still, every night at midnight, the neighborhood dogs would howl along, mournful cries in the direction of House No. 46, thickening the air with dread. Overcome with fear, John and Mary decided to uncover the history of the house. They learned that years ago, it had belonged to a young married couple. After prolonged conflicts, the husband suddenly left town, and the wife was never seen again. At the time, police concluded she had simply disappeared. But soon after, the house became the center of eerie rumors, and no one dared live there for long. As the days passed, the John family felt the strangeness growing stronger. The weeping at night no longer lingered just in the hallways, but now echoed from the deep, dark basement. Whenever they passed by, they could hear frantic knocking and scratching, as though something was trapped beneath the floor. Then one night, reddish-brown stains began to appear on the living room floorboards. The marks spread, blotchy and dark, as if blood was seeping upward. John could endure no more. He hired workers to investigate and dig beneath the floor. As soon as the soil was turned, a foul stench of rot filled the air. Before long, fragments of human bones surfaced from the damp earth under the beam of a flashlight. The horrifying truth was revealed. The wife had never left. She had been murdered. Her body buried beneath the very foundation of House No. 46, the police were called immediately. Once the remains were retrieved, the house fell strangely silent. From that night on, the footsteps, sobs, and dreadful knocking vanished completely. It was believed that the tormented soul had finally been set free after years of anguish in the cold earth. From then on, John, Mary, Emily, and Sarah continued to live in House No. 46, no longer haunted. The house grew warm and lively, filled with the laughter of children. Neighbors stopped whispering ghostly rumors. For now, they only saw a happy home. To this day, the John family lives peacefully in House No. 46, and on cold, windy nights, instead of hearing sorrowful cries, people only hear the bright, joyful laughter of two little girls echoing through the glowing windows.